Hey guys, it's Adrian. I'm super excited about this one. You all know I'm kind of a self-myofascial release junkie, and really all that means is my day beats me up. And I've, experimented with different products from rollers to balls to sticks to you name it. I pretty much own one of everything. And the reason why is because I'm a huge believer that, I probably could take a roller and make it work for every area of the body, but it doesn't mean that somebody hasn't designed a better product, to target one specific issue. And so my man Joe, he saw the need to create a product that was just better than what we're doing currently with two taped up tennis balls. Now I've already done a video on how to do self-myofascial release, especially for thoracic spine, which is your, from the base of your neck, just above your lower back, to create mobility and movement, okay, which is super, super, super important. You look at a hunchback being here, they're frozen. They lose their ability for their thoracic spine, which is the longest part of your spine, to really function and move and feel open, okay? So I love tennis balls. I picked this up from Nick Tuminello a couple of years ago from his Secrets of Self-Myofascial Release video, and I've been using it ever since. The problem is I see anywhere between 5 and 8 people a day, and they're always on the balls. So what happens is over a course of a week, and I always buy really expensive tennis balls, over the course of the week these flatten out like crazy. Plus I go through tons of packing tape, getting them to pack up. Plus the main problem with this is incredibly good for somebody who's either really thin or really small structured. But if I took a 250-pound guy and he's needing to open up the thoracic spine between the shoulder blades, okay, so rhomboids, mid-trap area, these may not be wide enough. Okay, so we have a two-pronged issue with the tennis balls. Is they flatten over time. They flatten very quickly, which becomes an expensive habit. Okay, I'm paying $4.50 for a pack of 3, and they're lasting me about a week and a half. If I buy the cheap ones, they don't last at all. So expensive to go through. The other thing too is, I want the same quality. There's times when I want it to be really firm, and there's times I want it to be really soft, and I can't choose that. So, funniest name for a product ever, and it kind of fits with it. So I want to show you guys what is called the Bloob-Allz. Okay, Bloob-Allz.com. So Bloob-Allz.com. Now essentially what it is two very firm balls. They just happen to be blue. Cool product name. The slogan is "Hurts so good," and I have to tell you, it's very, very true. So if you look at the size of these, the two tennis balls and the Bloob-Allz product, okay, they're relatively the same. Where this product differs and where it excels is the fact that I can take these, okay, and I can twist them, and I just keep going. Okay. So remember I was talking about that 250-pound guy, not the 105-pound girl. Now I'm going to be able to target his thoracic spine, especially in the mid-rhomboid trap area, which we all know is by far the biggest trigger point knot. Muscle tension can lead into neck issues. Okay, it's always in this mid-shoulder blade region. In fact, I have a giant knot there right now. So the other thing is, this may be too wide for my lower back. So now I have a product that I can make the ideal width for me personally, okay, for my lower back. Up, so lumbar, I got to be really careful in that area. And then when I get up and towards my shoulder blades, I can now very quickly open this up. Okay, this is a very strong product. You're not going to break this product. The beauty of that too is these balls are not going to break down over time. Maybe like 2 years. Okay, but the point is that I now have a very firm ball. That's also the struggle with this product. Okay, now what I want you to do there, just in the address below or the description below this video, is a complete blog review of what I think are the pros and cons of this product. And the Bloob-Allz really, in my opinion, it is better utilized in the post-workout or in the recovery stage of self-myofascial release. I get on 2 tennis balls, okay, for my warm-up. I want this to be a little bit quicker. I'm also not chasing that euphoric feeling that really comes from spending the time that's supposed to be spent on the Bloob-Allz product. I don't want to get on this Bloob-Allz product as hard and as firm as it is and rip all over the floor trying to create thoracic mobility. And in fact, you might just end up bruising yourself if you're that aggressive with it. So with the Bloob-Allz product, I'm going to say straight off the bat that because of how firm it is, it's just better off being used in the post-workout cool down. Okay? Or like right now, I would normally, if this is the end of my day, I've been at work for 12 hours. I'm going to use it then. To get out of this posture of picking dumbbells up and showing people, I just need to open myself. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys how best to use this. Like I said, when I get into my lower back, I'm going to put this a little closer together. So the spine always goes in the middle. I'm not trying to put the Bloob-Allz on either of the balls on my actual spine or anything bony. Okay, so these are meant to be like thumbs up the muscle column. So the erector spinning group. So I'm going to place them very carefully. Now again, this product isn't meant to be danced on. What I'm going to do is I'm either going to lift my hips, okay, or I can come up here in my elbows, and I'm just going to very carefully cover a 2 to 3 vertebrae area and try to relax. Okay, I'm trying to get that deep digging feeling where it feels relaxed. Okay. Now, I have to say that around the L4 to L3, maybe even L2 area, you're okay to put some decent pressure. What happens is the space between the top of your pelvis and the bottom of your rib cage, there's like a finger or a thumb-sized thickness, okay, where there's a lot of organs back there, and you have to be extremely, extremely careful. So what I would say is in the area of L1 to T12, I wouldn't put it at the very top of my lower back curvature. I wouldn't spend any time there, and you're gonna know when you've done it wrong because it's like, can't breathe. Okay, so you skip that one area. So again, I've done the L5 to L2 or 3 area. Now I'm going to place this again very carefully into my thoracic spine. So now I'm into like T12, T11. Okay, I'm going to lay down. Now I prefer to lay down. I prefer to do little shuffles with my hips up. And when I feel like I found that one spot, I'm just going to lay there and drop everything, put some pressure into those balls, and just breathe. Okay, so for sake of argument, I'm not going to spend the 10 minutes I would normally spend doing this. I'm going to lift my hips, okay, to place it into the next area that I want to head into. Now this is kind of just below my shoulder blades, which is a little bit more tender. Okay, and at this area, I start noticing the difference between those muscles that run, up beside the spine and the muscles that kind of run around it. So this is going to be the last spot that I keep the balls this width. Okay? And again, this is the absolute beauty of this product, is either for the person being bigger or smaller, or just the fact that I want to target different muscles. So instead of the erector spinae group, I'm now going to get into, mid-trap, wrong way. So now I'm going to go wider in places between more of my shoulder blade area, which is where all the big knots are. Okay, and I'm going to actually just do some thoracic mobilization, so crunching. When I can find that area that's really tender, and I may move around a little bit. I may stretch the arms. Whenever you're on a trigger point, I always find that sometimes we have to move around, and sometimes we have to move ourselves, the balls, stay in place. Okay? Okay. Now from here, all I'm going to do is move myself down. Again, I'm going to up and down motion. You need to either have your arms crossed or holding the neck so that you're not, the shoulder blades aren't in the way of the balls. I need to get to the muscles between them. So here or here. Definitely hurts so good. Oh man. So I got some pretty bad knots. I was doing some back training today. Traps are tender. Now again, the beauty of this is I don't feel like sometimes with the two tennis balls, when I get up in towards my upper trap area, I feel like my spine is hitting these two parts of the ball. With the Bloob-Allz being wider, I feel like it's just the balls on the muscle. I don't feel any pressure on the vertebrae. But now the pressure on the muscle, I feel a significant amount more. Okay, so I'm going to get into the upper trap. I may put more weight into it just simply because I can handle it. If you're not sure how to tripod, how much weight to put on the product or how much not, I'd say go back to the video where I've talked about the guidelines across the board for self-myofascial release, like how much pressure, how to tripod properly, which is me just taking something and using less of my body onto the product. Okay. So, in my opinion, the Bloob-Allz product, fantastic, fantastic product. If you're a self-myofascial release junkie, you absolutely have to own a pair of these. The other thing about it too is that I probably could use it on other areas. I could use it in my glutes. I probably, if I really wanted to, I could find a way to use it in my tricep. But again, I'm a huge believer, and this is why I own so many products, that there's the right product for the right job. And this job, pretty much the best thing that the Bloob-Allz do is open thoracic spine. By far, that's their main job. Now, there is one, and I've tested everything. There is one major benefit also to what the Bloob-Allz product do. So I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. Now, I have a stick. So you may have seen this product before, okay? And I do have a video on it on how to use it, especially for the calves. So, I love this stick. I think it's great, again, for, that warm-up, being quick and being active and actually getting my body moving. Now, when I actually go to do self-myofascial release from the recovery standpoint, a lot of the times I'll use my rumble roller. And I'll get into, the Achilles this way. But, in all reality, I still don't love the pressure. Sometimes I will take, a single lacrosse ball, place it into that one area, but the problem is it tends to roll around a lot. I can't really get into it very well. Sometimes I'll take a reaction ball, okay? I'll take the space between two knots and I'll really get in there and try to dig at it. But again, when it came to my Achilles, and I've always got really tight calves and really tight hamstrings, I think my fascia in general is just really tight. I was playing around again, trying to figure out what these products would be best for. And I'm telling you, for the Achilles, and especially getting into gastrocnemius, okay, toe in, toe out, I find this product very similar to, but better than, the Trigger Point has a roller called a foot baller, I think it's called. And I've used that one. It looks, short, and it's got two small wheels on it. But in all reality, I find this product just a lot better. I think balls work in small areas better, and this Bloob-Allz product is a great one for the calves, the Achilles, and especially when I get into gastrocnemius. I feel the hardness of the ball go through that muscle, and it feels fantastic. I'm usually not this loose until I get on these balls. So, Bloob-Allz, BLOOB-ALLZ.com. You gotta own a pair of these. Again, major thing. Even my chiropractor says this is the major benefit to this product is I can go wider for a bigger person, or wider for the areas in my mid-back versus smaller for either a smaller person or for like lower back areas. Okay. So again, check the blog in the description below. There's a lot more pros, cons, and I'm actually going to give away a couple pairs of these. So thank you.